This Sunday, during our worship service, we'll flip the pages in the Bible from the book of Psalms, which we have been studying through the latter part of the summer, to Paul's letter to the Ephesians. Now, Paul's letter to the Ephesians was probably not just to the Ephesians. Most scholars believe that it was a circular letter that included the church in Ephesus, but included a number of other churches in the region as well, where Paul had relationships. And it is a book that is radical in its nature. It's a book where Paul specifically talks about what it means to be the church. And he starts in the first 2 or 3 chapters by explaining the grand mystery and the grand plan of God that has been revealed through Jesus Christ. This mystery, in a very general sense, is the plan that God had to bring all things under the rule of Jesus. In a very specific sense, the mystery that is being revealed is God's inclusion of those who were not of Jewish background into the community of God's people. Now, it had always been God's plan to include people of all nations in his community. It goes all the way back to the promise that was made to Abraham, that Abraham and his descendants would be a blessing to all the nations. And yet now this blessing was playing out in real time. That's both the controversy and the glory of the book of Ephesians, because it shows us how all of us are united together in Christ, his church, under his rule for his purposes. I hope you will join us together with his church on Sundays this fall as we look at Paul's letter to the Ephesians.